Welcome. Now we will discuss vector control of cycloconverter fed synchronous motor drive. So, first let us understand what is the requirement purpose of vector control of synchronous motor drive. First of all, suppose the speed is below the base speed, then stator flux is maintained constant at the rated value as per requirement. Flux is maintained constant at the rated value for speeds below the rated base speed. If the developed torque is to be increased, then the field current also has to be increased. If the developed torque is to be increased, the field current also has to be increased, because power factor for unity power factor phasor diagram. So, to satisfy unity power factor, field current must be increased, but the response of the field current is slow because field has a larger time constant. So, the machine response gets sluggish. So, to improve the response of the transient response of this synchronous motor drive, vector control is essential. In this vector control, in this condition, when the developed torque is to be increased and field flux response is becoming sluggish, during the transient period, a current component is injected in the stator winding to compensate the sluggish field flux response. So, this transient current is injected, so that the stator flux increases during the transient period and flux response becomes faster. So, this is again this improves the transient response, and when the transient settles at steady state, the current falls to 0. So, that again unity power factor is obtained and the phasor diagram satisfies the unity power factor condition. So, synchronous machine, this vector control synchronous motor drive will obviously have better transient response than scalar control or unity power factor control, which we discussed in previous classes, but it is sluggish compared to vector control induction motor drive. It is better, it is faster than transient response is faster than scalar control synchronous motor drive, but slower than vector control induction motor drive. First, let us understand the phasor diagram. Phasor diagram for vector control. Horizontal axis is the stationary beta axis, vertical axis is the stationary alpha axis. Okay. So, this is the synchronously rotating direct axis, that is the axis of the field flux, and at right angle to it is the q axis, quadrature axis. So, this q axis and d axis, they rotate at synchronous speed omega e. Then the field flux is along the d axis, but there is also stator flux linkage, which in a motor which moves ahead the field rotor field. So, that is the d dash axis, this is the d dash axis, and at right angle to it is the q dash axis. So, angle between field flux axis and the rotor axis and the stator MMF axis is delta. So, this is the angle delta, and along the D axis we have the stator flux linkage psi s, that is the axis of D dash, and if you draw a right angle at that, this is the right angle, this is the axis. Along the D axis we have the field flux phasor which is rotating at synchronous speed psi f. Psi f is the field flux MMF which is rotating at synchronous speed, constant magnitude rotating at synchronous speed. So, hence it is represented by space phasor which is rotating at synchronous speed, and psi f plus psi a equal to stator flux linkage psi s, and psi a is the stator reaction flux, that is stator self inductance ALS into IS, stator current IS. And as I have already mentioned, angle between the stator flux linkage psi s and field flux linkage psi f is delta, that is delta is the load angle or torque angle or power angle. And this is the flux linkage diagram triangle, and psi s is produced by a stator component of the stator current, that is Im, which is called magnetizing current. Magnetizing current that is responsible to establish the flux psi f, and at right angle to Im we have the current component, that is It, which is means torque component of the current, and If is the field current. So, field current is that component of the current, field current, which is responsible for the field flux psi f. So, we have, as you can say, psi f is proportional to field current If. Psi s, stator flux linkage, is proportional to magnetizing component of the stator current, and psi a, that is the stator reaction flux, it is proportional to Is. Okay. And the triangles satisfy the psi f, the condition psi f phasor plus psi a phasor equals to psi s phasor, stator flux linkage. So, from that only the current triangle comes, If plus It equals to Im. And because D axis is rotating at speed omega e and alpha axis is stationary, this angle is theta e, and this is the angle alpha. That means angle alpha equals to theta e plus delta. Delta is the load angle or torque angle or power angle. Theta e is such that omega e, the synchronous speed of the reference frame, is d theta e by dt, and alpha is theta e plus delta. And It is the torque component of the current, and that is also the stator current Is for unity power factor Is. You see, for the stator flux linkage psi s is along the d dash axis. So, the stator voltage Vs, which is stator applied voltage Vs, will be along the q dash axis. This is the stator voltage Vs, and stator flux link Vs is along q dash axis, and stator flux linkage psi s is along the d dash axis. So, they are at right angle to each other, and for unity power factor Vs and Is are in phase. So, that is obtained at the steady state. During the transient period, so there will be a current component Im, and this is the transient current component I capital M, and in that case this is the current component at steady state condition. Vs and Is, they are in phase and unity power factor is obtained, but during the transient condition stator current unity power factor is not obtained. That is important. During transient condition stator current is not unity power factor is not obtained, and we have Is phasor equals to the torque component of the current It or the active component of the current plus reactive component of the current Im. This reactive current of component is present only during the transient period. So, that at steady state period it is 0 and unity power factor is obtained. So, in this case, this is the stator current Is at transient, and this is the Is at steady state, and all the time this is the torque component of the current It all the time. It is the active component of the current or the torque component of the current, and Im is the reactive component of the current, which is there only during the transient period. At steady state Im comes to 0. So, that Is equals to It and in phase with the stator voltage Vs and unity power factor is obtained. As you can see, phi is 0. So, this is what we will highlight now. First point, It is the active component of the current or torque component of the current is aligned along q dash axis all the time, and Im is perpendicular to it. Psi s lags 90 degree behind Vs or It. Stator flux linkage, as you can see. At steady state condition, psi s, that is the stator flux linkage, and psi a, that is the stator reaction flux, that is Ls into Is, are at quadrature, right angle to each other at steady state. And further, as you can see, at steady state stator current Is equals to It, torque component of the current, and in phase with Vs, stator applied voltage Vs. So, that unity power factor is obtained. So, Also we can write at steady state the current Im equals to If into cos delta. As you see the flux linkage triangle, that is a right angle triangle. Im equals to If cos delta. Delta is the load angle or power angle, and the flux component of the stator current or the reactive component of the stator current is Im. And the command value, the reference value of flux component of the stator current which is there will be there only during the transient period. The reference value, the flux component of the stator current will be injected in the stator, and it is given by its command value is I capital M star, that is I M star minus I M so that is I M star minus I F cos delta. This I capital M, the injected stator current is perpendicular to active component or the torque component of the stator current IT, and this will be present only during the transient period. At steady state condition, the reference value of injected current I capital M star is 0. Only I M star is determined at the transient period decided by the controller. I am going to explain, and this current components IT star, the torque component or the active component of the current reference value, and the injected during the current magnetizing current component Im star. Im star is the transient period magnetizing current reference value, and IT star is the torque component of the current reference value, are controlled in this vector control scheme by synchronous frame current control technique. Just as we have discussed in induction motor drive, synchronous frame current control. So, first these are the command values IT star and Im star, the reference values of the torque component and the injected magnetizing current. These are compared with the respective feedback signals generated by the synthesis lobe compared, and these errors are processed through a PI controller to generate VT star and VM star. VT star and VM star are reference voltage components generated by current controller. Current controllers for IT and IM respectively. Vt star and Vm star are generated by the synchronous frame current controller for IT and IM respectively. So, let us first draw the scheme of vector control. We have the speed command omega r star and actual speed feedback omega r compared in a comparator, and error is processed through a speed controller, let us say PI speed controller, and speed controller output is the torque command, torque component of the current command IT star, because torque command is also proportional to current component IT. And then there is also feedback of torque component of the current, actual torque component of the current. So, IT star minus IT, the difference is the current error that goes through a current controller, which can be a PI current controller, synchronous frame PI controller, and this will generate Vt star. So, now from the speed omega r, the flux command is generated. Stator flux command reference value psi star is generated, that is decided by the flux control block, which is very well known, already discussed several times, flux controller block. This is the flux control block. So, this is the psi S star reference value minus stator flux psi S, which is estimated from the machine conditions. I will explain how the stator flux psi S is estimated, and this estimated stator flux is compared with the reference value, and the flux error goes through a PI controller, PI flux controller, to generate the current command IM star, the magnetizing current command IM star. So, then IM star minus IM, IM is the present magnetizing current. How the magnetizing current is generated? The magnetizing current is taken as IF into cos delta. Cos delta is the load angle, cos delta is obtained by the circuit in the control scheme, and IF cos delta is magnetizing current IM. So, IF minus IM is the transient current, transient magnetizing current reference value, that is I capital M star. Then actual current during the transient period IM is subtracted from that. Im star is 0 at steady state condition, and Im is present only during the transient period. So, they are compared, reference value is compared, and error goes through a PI controller to generate Vm star. So, Vt star and Vm star are the input to the vector rotator which rotates using the unit vector signal, and unit vector signal in this case is cos alpha. The components are cos alpha and sin alpha. As you can see, the flux axis makes angle, stator flux axis psi s makes angle alpha with the stationary alpha axis. As I have already explained, alpha is theta e plus delta. Alpha is theta e plus delta. Theta e is the field flux axis, and which is lagging by a load angle delta behind the stator flux linkage psi s. So, psi s makes angle alpha with alpha axis, so that psi alpha s is psi s cos alpha and psi beta s is psi s sin alpha. This you can verify from the phasor diagram, initial first phasor diagram. So, we have a cycloconverter which takes 3-phase supply and controlled by its control circuit according using VA star, 3-phase command voltages, VB star and VC star, which are these command voltages are generated by vector rotator from Vt star and Vm star using cos alpha and sin alpha unit vector. So, this cycloconverter is feeding wound field synchronous motor So, there is a position encoder mounted on the rotor shaft, and this position encoder is the basis which gives the speed in omega r for speed feedback, and also the angle theta e, that means we get cos theta e and sin theta e. It gives the angle theta e and omega r. Then we have Im star, and input to it is cos delta, and Im star divided by cos delta is If star, If star from the phasor diagram equation. So, this If star, this is the If star minus actual field current If, this is the field current error goes through a PI controller, and PI controller gives the control signal for the field winding. Of the synchronous motor. So, you have a thyristor converter for field supply of the synchronous motor, and this PI controller gives the control for field converter control circuit. So this is the scheme of the vector control, synchronous motor vector control. So we have the command voltages for the cycloconverter are generated from the command value of the voltages Vt star generated from the torque control flux control block, torque control block, and Vm star generated from the flux control block. These are generated, these are transformed to Va star, Vb star and Vc star, 3 phase command voltages through e to the power j alpha unit vector, and then means Vt star to Vm star, it is transformed to alpha beta component using cos alpha and j sin alpha, that is e to the power j alpha. Then from alpha components, alpha beta components, they are transformed to 3 phase command voltages Va star, Vb star, Vc star. So this is the control scheme. So this scheme of vector control, which we have discussed for constant flux operation, initially I explained, this is also applicable for flux weakening control for speeds above the rated speed, above the base speed. Flux weakening control is done such that for flux weakening control, the stator flux command value psi s star is inversely proportional to speed omega r, and the speed loop error generates the torque component of the current It star through a PI controller, and the magnetizing current component Im star is that is required to establish the flux psi f is generated from the flux loop error, and It star and Im star they decide the stator current during the transient period. Okay. Let us consider for take an example, sudden increase in the speed. The speed is to be increased suddenly. Okay. So because speed is to be increased suddenly, that means speed command omega m star, speed omega r star is increased. Speed command is increased. So that implies the torque or you can say torque component of the current It star are to be increased during the transient period. Only if the torque is increased during the transient period, the speed can be increased fast. Okay. So in this case, as the torque because the load is the speed is to be increased, torque is to be increased. So load angle delta increases. First of all, you see, torque is to be increased and the field flux should be maintained constant. Psi s is to be maintained constant. Stator flux psi s and current the current that produces this psi s, magnetizing current of the component of the stator current, that is I m star. The stator current, stator flux I s and magnetizing current I m star will tend to remain constant. But load angle, torque angle delta increases. So, that as you know, the from the angle diagram, I m equal to current triangle I m equals to I f cos delta. So, when the torque angle delta increases, cos delta increases. So, I m should remain constant, I m will tend to remain constant. So, for that field current I f have to be increased. Field current should be increased, so that I m remains constant or the stator flux remains constant even when the speed is to be increased in the constant torque operation. So, I f have to be increased, but field has a larger time constant, the response is sluggish. So, this response delay of I f will cause a finite I m star. The delay in response of I f, field current I f will cause during the transient period a finite definite value magnetizing current I m star, which will assist to maintain constant phi s. This I m star will assist to maintain constant stator flux psi s. So, this I m star has to be established. So, this I m star helps the field current I f to build up to increase the torque as required by the speed command, and as the I f builds up, gradually I m decreases, and at steady state condition again I m star becomes 0 and I m also becomes 0. So, during this transient period, all the time, as you know, I s phasor, all the time I s phasor is I t phasor, torque component phasor plus I m phasor, I s phasor. So, that because I t and I m are at right angle, we have I s peak is I t square plus I m square root over. This is IS phasor is IT phasor plus IM phasor. So, IS peak is IT square plus IM square, that is root 2 times the stator RMS stator current IS. IS is the RMS value of the stator current. So, that peak current of the stator current is root 2 IS, that is square root of IT square plus IM square under all the time. And all the time the phasor equation is defined like this: IT phasor is IS phasor is IT phasor plus IM phasor. And during the transient period, power factor is not unity, because IS, the stator current, is no more in phase with the torque active component, in phase with the Vs. IT is the active component which is in phase with Vs. At steady state, IS and IT is the same. During the transient component, transient period, IS is different from IT. So, power factor is not unity. Okay. So, okay. Let us draw the feedback signal processing. Feedback signal processing for vector control. So, we have first a block where we take the 3 phase voltages VA, VB and VC. The motor terminal voltages VA, VB, VC are taken and converted from 3 phase to 2 phase stationary quantities, that is V alpha S, V beta S, stationary frame components. And we have the voltage model estimation, voltage model based estimation, and using V alpha S and V beta S, we generate the flux components psi alpha S and psi beta S are estimated using the voltage model. Then we also take the 3 phase current feedbacks, that is IA, IB, IC, 3 phase motor current feedbacks, and again they are converted from 3 phase to 2 phase stationary alpha beta components. So, it generates I alpha S and I beta S. Okay. This I alpha S and I beta S are taken to one estimation block, which also takes cos alpha and sin alpha. That means, it takes the angle alpha information. Using the angle alpha information, this block generates from I alpha S and I beta S the current components I m, which is there in the transient period, and the torque or active component of the current I t are estimated using cos alpha and sin alpha. And this I alpha S and I beta S are also converted to IDS and IQS using the angle theta E, that means cos theta E and sin theta E components. Obviously, cos theta E and sin theta E are required to convert from alpha beta to dq. Then from this IDS and IQS, using the field current IF, the flux linked components psi ds and psi qs are estimated. And again psi ds and psi qs using cos theta E and sin theta E, that is theta E in theta E information, they are converted to psi alpha s and psi beta s. Using this, so we get psi alpha s and psi beta s, and from that we get psi s and angle and corresponding cos alpha and sin alpha, cos alpha and sin alpha. So, here also we take cos theta E and sin theta E, to generate sin delta and cos delta. So, here we have a switch which can change its position that means we have a switch which, so from current IA, IB, IC to estimate up to psi alpha to psi beta, this is the current model. This is the current model for psi alpha s and psi beta s estimation, and this is the voltage model. As you can say, this is the voltage model estimation, and we have a switch here which can change from voltage model to current model. How? Why? You see, as you can see, voltage model has good performance for higher speed operation because it is parameter independent. Parameter dependency is minimum in voltage model, so it gives good estimation of flux linkage. But at low speed operation for speeds below the 5% of the base speed, because of low value of the voltage and frequency, the estimation, the integration becomes difficult. So, estimation of flux using voltage model becomes inaccurate, but current model works fine even at very low speeds. So, this current model is used to estimate the speed in the low speed region because current model has higher parameter dependency, at higher speed operations we change over from current model to voltage model. So, that parameter independence is obtained at higher speed operation. So, this part is doing the changing from voltage model to current model, voltage model to current model. So, whether we use voltage model or current model, either both the methods are giving psi alpha s and psi beta s. Once we get psi alpha s and psi beta s, we generate the stator flux linkage psi s, that is psi alpha s square plus psi beta s square root over, and angle cos alpha is psi alpha s by psi s, and sin alpha is psi beta s by psi s. So, we get angle alpha using psi alpha s and psi beta s, we get angle alpha, and angle theta e is obtained from the rotor position encoder. There is a position encoder used in the vector control scheme. So, it gives the angle theta e. So, alpha minus theta e is the load angle delta or power angle delta. So, this part is doing, last part is doing, this block is basically doing what? It is generating delta by subtracting theta e from alpha. Okay. And for current control block, the IM, IT are required. They are synthesized. IM and IT are estimated from the current I alpha, I beta, that means 3 phase currents, using the angle cos alpha and sin alpha, that means using the angle alpha. IM and IT are generated, and this is cos theta e and sin theta e are used to convert I alpha, I beta to ID, IQ, IDS, IQS. Then IDS to IQS, this block, let us denote this block, let us write B. How this B block is determining psi ds and psi qs from IDS, IQS and IF. Those equations we will obtain right now. After this, psi ds and psi qs are obtained from IDS, IQS and IF using block B. Then psi ds and psi qs are again converted to psi alpha s and psi beta s using the unit vector cos theta e and sin theta e. Another part is, this is the block F. Let us write block F. How IM and IT are synthesized from I alpha s and I beta s. So, IM, this component is obtained as I alpha s cos alpha plus I beta s sin alpha, and torque component or active component of the current IT, this one is minus I alpha s sin alpha plus I beta s cos alpha. That you can see the, you see this IM axis, that is the along psi s axis, is making angle alpha with alpha frame. So, we have components I alpha s and I beta s are used, and angle alpha is used to give IM and IT. Then final block is this B block, which gives the estimation of psi ds and psi qs from IDS, IQS and IF. That we will do now. using DQ axis equivalent circuits. Explained in DQ dynamic model. Dynamic model of synchronous machine which you have done in a previous class. DQ dynamic model is derived from the DQ axis equivalent circuit. From the DQ axis equivalent circuit, we can see psi ds, you refer to that, is stator leakage inductance LLS into IDS. This is the stator flux linkage plus LDM, mutual inductance along the D axis, into IDM dash. That is total current that is responsible for the mutual flux. So, what is that? LS into IDS plus LDM, and what is that IDM dash? IDM is IDS, D axis stator current and field current, both are flowing through the mutual inductance LDM. And what is the current division? According to current division principle, during the transient period, because the inductances L are there, RDR plus SL LDR, during the transient period these inductances are active also active. So, RDR divided by RDR plus S LDR plus LDM. So, according to current division principle, IDS plus IF is divided and flowing into the magnetizing branch given by this component. And similarly, psi QS is LLS IQS, the leakage flux of the stator winding, plus LQM, mutual inductance along the Q axis, into IQM, and that is LS into IQS plus LQM, and IQM, what is that? IQS, current, according to current division principle, IQS into RQR plus SLLQR. During the transient period, this inductance is active, divided by RQR plus S into LQR plus LQM. S is the Laplace operator, and this will be 0 watt steady state condition. So, you can apply steady state, you can set S to 0, and at steady state condition you find the current, and during the transient period, because these inductance components are active during the transient period. So, current division is giving the current in the magnetizing branch in the D axis in the first equation, and in the Q axis in the second equation. So, this is how, this is the thing done in the block B. This is being done in the block B. Psi ds and psi qs are estimated from IDS, IQS and IF using these two equations. And as you can see, we are changing from voltage model to current model in the feedback signal processing circuit. Voltage model is used for speeds above 5% of the rated speed, and it is good because the parameter dependency is minimum. At low speed operation, voltage model has severe problem. So, current model, switch to current model for better performance, and voltage model is used for because of parameter independence. So, this is the vector control scheme for the cycloconverter fed synchronous motor drive. Thank you for attention.